Great day, kings and queens. Yeah, welcome to a wonderful Wednesday. This is another conversation with Drew, where it's an honor to share this gift with you guys. Truly humbling and a blessing to share this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that I've gained through these experiences that's causing me to become the best version of myself. And what I share with you guys, I pray that it truly helps you to become the best version of yourself. Man, I titled this one Irreplaceable Souls. Man, this is something that's been on my heart for a while, and finally I'm able to sit down and share this with you guys, man, because I really want people to understand the value of the human soul. It's so amazing, man. And I know, many of us is asleep right now. We didn't, some of us didn't have to, go into work today, due to the holidays. Great morning, Queen. And so, I really wanted to share with you guys this morning, man, the power of the human soul. I think that we've lost touch of that thing. I believe that we've lost touch of the understanding and the power and the purpose of the human soul. We've gotten to the place, now we feel like, people are irreplaceable. We are disposing people like we do clothes. Great morning, Queen. And it's sad, and so, I want to take people back, to the true essence of what, we believe, when man began, and it was so amazing, as, the creator of the universe began to truly, great morning, Queen, pour out his idea, of what he wanted the earth realm to look like. And, he made all of these magnificent things, from the firmament and the stars and the sun and the moon and, to the mountains, to the ocean, to land, to all of these beautiful creatures, whether they were flying or whether they were creeping, and he decided to make us, and he said, let us make man in our same likeness and image. The word image and likeness. The word image means spiritual nature and character. We have the same spiritual nature and character as the creator of the universe. That's why we naturally know when we do wrong. That's why we organically know how to love. It's innate, it's intrinsic, and that's why we are naturally great individuals. We are truly great human beings when we truly tap into the essence of who we are. The word likeness means to function, like to operate. God functions and operates by faith and through faith, and that's why we can only please him by faith. And so I'm sharing this with you because I really want you, kings and queens, to understand the value of the human soul. And it says that he shaped and he molded us, and then he breathed his breath into us. He breathed the life of himself into us. And that is the only species on the earth that he's ever done that with. He only breathed the breath of life into the human soul. It said we became a living soul. You have to understand the value and the importance. Great morning, G. You have to understand the value and the importance of this, right? Because we have gotten to the place where we feel like people are replaceable. We've gotten to the place where we dispose of people like we do our clothes and like we do trash. It's so sad that we have gotten to this place in life where we are looking at individuals, right? As we go through different friendships, as we go through different relationships, and we look at these people as they're replaceable. I know that we grow up and we heard the song, by the Beyoncé's, Irreplaceable, to the left, you know what I mean? And we feel like in our hearts and our minds that the human soul is really disposable. And it's sad because when we look at society and we look at and we desire a better country, we desire a better world, we desire a better community, what we're not realizing is that the people is what's going to make this a better country. The people are what's going to make this a better world. The people are what's going to make this a better community. And so when you understand that, you recognize that it is the person that's next to you that is going to help you make this a better country, a better world, a better community. But the problem is that we are not recognizing the value of the human soul anymore. We are tossing people aside like we can really replace you. The problem with that is there's only one you. There's only one you. There's only one Andrew Clayborn. There's only one you. Nobody can replace you. The value that's been placed in you, nobody can replace that. The value, the treasures that's been in you, God only sent one you into the earth. One you. One you. And so we are literally tossing people aside when they don't do something that we like, or when they don't live up to our expectations, or when they don't please us in the very moment or a very second. We toss them to the side and literally tell ourselves that we can get a better them. And that's not a reality. That's not a reality. The reality of it is that you are unique. You are a special individual. You are a special creature. You are one of a kind. There's nobody out there with your fingerprint. There's nobody out there with your uniqueness. I don't care if you have an identical twin. It is not the same. There is only one you, period. I've looked and I've looked and I've looked and I've come across some amazing people, male, female, African American, Asian American, Caucasian American, European American. It does not matter. Everybody has their own uniqueness. Every single body, but everybody is valuable. Every single soul on this earth is valuable. It's so crazy, right? When it comes to this thing of trust and this thing of love, we would trust our funky cars more than we'll trust the human soul. We'll give our cars more chances than we'll give the human soul. We'll believe in our cars more than we'll believe in another human soul. So what that they've hurt you? So what that they've let you down? So what that they made mistakes? So what that they didn't live up to your expectations? Some of them are unrealistic anyway. So what? The reason why we have the opportunity to have children in our life, it is to teach us the value of grace and mercy. It is to teach us the value and understanding of who it is that we are dealing with. We are dealing literally with another human soul. That's why the creator of the universe, the Most High God, allowed us to have children, because he wanted us to be able to experience the reality of having a mercy and grace on a human soul. Have you ever disposed your children when they didn't live up to your expectations? When they let you down? When they did you wrong? I've seen it. I've seen people steal from their own mother. I've seen people sell drugs to their own father. I've seen it. But did they ever stop loving them? Absolutely not. I've seen people disappoint their parents by going to jail. I can only imagine how my mother was feeling when I was facing a mandatory minimum 10 years and a maximum of 20 to life. I can only imagine. I can only imagine when I had children out of wedlock. I can only imagine when I had 3 babies by 3 different women. I can only imagine what was going through her mind. I can only imagine when I had to go back to her house after being evicted and I had to sleep on her couch. I can only imagine when my car broke down and I had to use hers. I can only imagine. But did she ever stop loving me? Did she ever stop believing in me? Did she ever stop supporting me? No, because God allowed us to have children of our own so that we can understand the true essence of grace and mercy. We dispose of people when they don't live up to our expectation. We kick people to the side when they disrespect us, or they may not be thinking about us the way that we think about them. We kick people to the side when everything is not going right. We break people's hearts when people do not live up to our expectation. That is not the reality, kings and queens. We are to show the true nature, the spiritual essence of the creator, and we're supposed to have mercy on these people. No two people are going through the same season in life right now. Everybody's going through something unique. Everybody's experiencing something different in their life right now. Even people who are married for 10, 15, 20 years, they're in 2 different seasons. That's what makes you unique. But it is mercy, it is grace, understanding that, which allows you to add value to them while they're going through that season. You're not going to always be up. You're not going to always be the encourager. You're not going to always have the greatest spirit. You're not going to always be positive Patty. Sometimes you're going to be in that Debbie Downer mode. But should somebody leave you when you go through that? Should somebody leave you when you are experiencing hardships? Should somebody leave you when you're going through your season of being in the pit? Should somebody leave you when you're going through your germination process? That is the value of the human soul. You cannot build a community with a dog. You cannot build a community with a dog. I'm saying this for all you dog lovers out there that says that dogs is man's best friend. That's a lie. My best friend is Andre Clayborn. My best friend is Christopher Wiggins. My best friend is Keith Cam. My best friend is Robert Smith. My best friend is Frederick Wright. My best friend is Rhonda Claiborne. My best friend is the creator of the universe. Ain't no dog that'll ever be my best friend. Ever be my best friend. And I watch more National Geographics and Animal Planets than 10 human beings. But what I realize is that the human soul is so valuable. It's so important. It's so significant. It's so delicate that you do not throw it away when it does not live up to your expectation. How easy is it to love somebody when they do everything perfect? The challenge is when they are not doing things perfect. That's what we do with our children. As our children are evolving and they're growing and they're coming into their own selves, when they knock over something, when they break something, when they come home with an F, when they speak back to you for the first time, whatever the case may be, we never stop loving them. Because the reality of it is that we were made in the same spiritual nature and character of the Creator to have grace and mercy on people. We have to stop disposing people like they're clothing, like they're trash. We got to stop kicking people out of our lives. You are irreplaceable. I don't care what relationship you've gone through. I don't care what friendship that didn't survive. I don't care what type of divorce you've gone through. You are irreplaceable. You just might have been in a bad season. You just might have been in a bad season, kings and queens. But the reality of it is that you're not your mistakes. You're not your shortcomings. You are constantly evolving. You are constantly growing. You are constantly changing. So whatever season that you are in right now, know that you are irreplaceable. Know that the value that's inside of you, nobody can be you. Nobody can deliver to this earth the treasures that's in you. Nobody can replace you. I don't care what circumstances that you face up to this point. You are irreplaceable. Irreplaceable. We have been disposing of souls like, man, and it's sickening. It's very hurtful. It's very demoralizing when somebody kick you out of your life like you are truly replaceable. You're not. I promise you you're not. I promise you you're not. You were fearfully and wonderfully made. You were made out of perfection. It does not matter what the physical body look like. What's inside of you internally is perfection. You may have to cultivate it a little bit. You may have to work on it a little bit. You may have to mold it and build it a little bit. But at the end of the day, there is nothing wrong with you. You are perfect. That's why I came on this video this morning, because I wanted to remind you, kings and queens, of the perfection that you are. We live in a society that tells people, man, if they ain't loving you like this, or man, they do you like this, or man, they fail like this, man, let them go. That's not a reality. What is mercy? What is grace? What is unconditional love? If it's that easy to replace people, be by your funky self, man. Be by yourself. Because you are not truly displaying the agape love that the Creator has placed inside of you. You are not displaying the unconditional love that the Creator has placed inside of you. You are not displaying the mercy, the grace that you were created to do. It says, dear children, be imitators of God. Be imitators of God. You are supposed to display a love, an unconditional love, mercy, and grace on the human soul, man. That's what we're supposed to do. We talk about we want this country to be better, our communities to be better, this world to be better, but we treat people like they are replaceable. That's a human soul. That's a human soul. That's what Jesus Christ was really trying to help us to understand, that when you see me, you see the Father. He said no man can say that he hates his brother and love the Father. Why? Because God is in his brother. There's no way that you can say that you hate your brother, you hate your sister, you hate your ex, you hate your ex-friend, your ex-husband, your ex-wife. There's no possible way, and then turn around and say that you love God, because regardless of the mistakes that person made, Regardless of the shortcomings that person experienced, God is still inside of them. That's the reality. That's the reality. I know we're dealing with some broken hearts. I know we're dealing with some letdowns. I know we're dealing with some disappointments, but this morning you're going to be reminded that the greatness that's inside of you is irreplaceable. It's irreplaceable. And people are constantly not being taught that. People are constantly being tossed to the side like somebody can replace you. Can't nobody replace Andrew Clayborn. I don't care who you are. I don't care who you are. I promise you, can't nobody replace me. The value that God placed inside of me, nobody can replace me. Nobody can replace the individuals, the kings that I named. I tell each and every one of them, man, I can never walk away from you. That was like my man Frederick Wright, right? I remember about 5 years ago, I'm sitting in the basement of my own apartment. I might have been getting high at the time, right? This is what's so powerful, right? When you understand the value of the human soul, man, you love unconditionally, right? And I was sitting there, and I get this phone call. I might have been high at the time. I get this phone call, but this phone call literally blew my buzz. It took all my high away. And I get this phone call, you know what I mean? He's like, man, what's up, though? You know what I mean? That's what he called me. What's up, though? I'm like, what up, Fresh? He like, man, you know, I was in heavy prayer this morning. And he was like, he's like, man, and the Father, you know, he came to me, man, and he said that, man, I gotta stop dealing with you. He's like, and I gotta cut you off. He said, but you know, he said, man, I told the Father no. He said, and then I was in heavy prayer, you know, this evening before I called you. And he said, God said the same exact thing to me, man. You got to cut Drew off. You got to let Drew go. And he was like, no. He said, man, I'm going to fight for Drew. That's my brother. I'm going to fight for him. And he said, okay, if you're going to fight for Drew, if you're going to tell me no, then tell Drew this. Tell him to stop smoking, stop fornicating. And I'm listening on the phone like, man. He's like, man, Drew, you smoking, bro? You getting high? You out here fornicating? He said, man, come on, bro. That right there was one of the most pivotal moments of my life. Changed my life forever. I can never walk away from that man. I can never stop being his brother. I can never stop being his friend. Ever in life. When you go through things like that with individuals, there's no way you should walk away from a person like that. There's nothing on God's green earth that they can do that can disappoint you, that can let you down. Nothing on God's green earth. That man told the Father, the creator of the universe, no, that he was willing to fight for my soul. There's nothing that he can do in this lifetime that'll make me walk away from him. Nothing. Nothing. People come in your life as divine assignments, kings and queens. Divine assignments. This is not a coincidence or happenstance. Quit playing with your emotions. You playing with your own emotions. Thinking that that's what life is about. Or well, they hurt me. Or they cheated on me. Or they lied to me. If that person is working diligently to become a better person, if that person has accepted their responsibilities, if that person has accepted their flaws and their mistakes, and they want to be better, then you rock with them till the wheels fall off. You rock with them till the wheels fall off. People think that love is some feeling. Love in relationships is a commitment. You are saying that I'm willing to go through what is necessary to go through to get to the best place. Period. Period. That is what unconditional love looked like. There is no possible way that we are supposed to continue to toss people aside. No possible way. I can't walk away from my brothers. I don't care what I've gone through, whether they're blood or whether it's by spirit. I can never walk away from these kings and queens. Why? Because at the end of the day, we are chosen to be in each other's lives. We are chosen to add value to each other. So regardless of what type of relationship that you have been in, if that person is going in the same direction as you, to become a better individual like you're striving to become, that's working on themselves, it does not matter what they do along the way. Nobody's perfect, but nobody is also their mistakes. Nobody. Nobody. Did you forget that you messed up? Did you forget that you lied before? Did you forget that you cheated and that you stole before? Did you forget that you didn't live up to somebody else's expectation? It says that we all fall short of the glory. We all fall short of the glory. How the heck do you expect somebody to be perfect in your life, you hypocrite? I'm sorry. I don't mean to call nobody out their name. But it's the reality. We all fall short of the glory to the King, to the Most High God. How is it then that you expect somebody to be perfect in your life? We give our dogs more chances than we give the human soul. We give our cars more chances than we give the human soul. Things that don't matter. We give it more chances than we give the human soul. That's a problem, kings and queens in this earth. That's a problem, man, because you are irreplaceable. Irreplaceable. The value that's on the inside of you is irreplaceable. It's invaluable. You are perfected. There's no possible way that anybody should walk out of your life. If they walk out of your life, let them go. Because they can't really understand the true value in you. K-Camp, I die for him. Robert Smith, I die for him. Chris Wiggins, I'll die for him. Andre Clayborn, I'll die for him. Kenny Brown, I'll die for him. Frederick Wright, I die for him. Rhonda Claiborne, I die for her. Period. With all of this that I got inside of me, with all that I know that I'm here to do, I lose it all for these individuals so that theirs can go on. I don't know no other way to live. It says a real friend to lay down his life for a friend. I don't know no other way to live. So if anybody chooses to not be in your life anymore, let them go. You are too valuable. You are too great. The thing that's on the inside of you is irreplaceable. Nobody in this earth can ever be you. Nobody in this earth can ever replace you. And if anybody ever get the idea that you can be replaced, let them go. Let them go. Everybody that's on this video, I know y'all are watching this video because y'all are striving to be a better version of yourself. I don't care what type of mistakes you've made. I don't care what type of shortcomings that you've had. I don't care what you've ever gone through in life. It was all there to make you a better version of you. Me facing a mandatory minimum of 10 years, a maximum of 20 to life, it was to make me a better me. Me dealing with an addiction to a controlled substance, it was to make me a better me. Me dealing with obesity, it was to make me a better me. Me catching STDs was to make me a better me. It was to make me a better me. Period. Me having to sleep on my mama's couch when we didn't have gas, when we didn't have water, and I was trying to become a professional bodybuilder, and I had to take showers at the gym. It was to make me a better me. Me having to ride a bike 7 miles to the gym and 7 miles back, it was to make me a better me. Everything that you've gone through was to make you a better you. And if a person couldn't appreciate that process, if a person couldn't be there to support you, if a person couldn't be there to give you the mercy and grace of the Most High God, if they couldn't be there to support that, then they will not bask in the glory that God is having, that God is going to allow you to experience. They will not experience that joy with you. They don't even deserve it. They do not deserve it. I promise you, they do not deserve it. You are a king, you are a queen, you are a child of the Most High God. There's no possible way that somebody is supposed to walk away from you in your germination process. There's no way that somebody's supposed to walk away from you because you made mistakes or you didn't live up to their unrealistic expectations. There is no possible way. Have the father ever walked away from you? Have your mother ever, or your father ever walked away from you? Have you walked away from your own children? Or are you there teaching them, coaching them, nurturing them, loving them as they go through this process, as they grow and they evolve and they mature? Are you still there shaping and molding them? loving them unconditionally. Even if you didn't get unconditional love as a child, you are there and you're shaping and helping mold them because you understand the value that's in them, and the potential that's in them is unfathomable. So what I'm saying to you today, kings and queens, you're irreplaceable. You came from the creator of the universe. You came from Elohim himself. You came from God. You were poured out of him. There's no possible way on God's green earth that any human soul was ever supposed to walk away from another human soul. If that person is striving to be better, if that person is working on themselves, listen to me, you never walk away from that. I'm a living testimony of it. And I'm here to tell you today, kings and queens, is that you're irreplaceable. You're irreplaceable. And if you have somebody that's going through something right now, show them mercy. Show them mercy. Show them mercy. I'm telling you, show them mercy, man. It'd be one of the most beautiful things that you've ever experienced in life. Everybody wants to walk up to the building. They don't want to help build the building. They don't want to help lay the foundation. They don't want to help add the brick. They don't want to put up the windows. They don't want to help lay the tile. They just want to walk up to the building and it be complete. If that's the type of people that you are currently experiencing, let them go. Let them go. There's nothing more valuable than building a house from the ground up. It's cool to go purchase one. And when you build it from the ground up, there's nothing like it. And if somebody don't want to help build your house from the ground up, the purpose of your life, to help the treasures of God that's inside of you, help change this earth for the better place, let them go. Let them go. Thank you guys for tuning in. It's another conversation with Drew, man. We thank you, man. This is a wonderful Wednesday. I appreciate you guys. I wanted to drop something on y'all. I know that Thanksgiving is tomorrow, so, I may not be on here tomorrow. But I love you, kings and queens, honestly, man, from the bottom of my heart, and I appreciate y'all. But remember, it's not a look, it's a lifestyle, because we do this every day not to impress people, but to leave an impression on the earth. Also, I want to give a shout out to all those who have helped the movement, who have donated. It's helping tremendously, man, and we thank y'all. Truly, we thank y'all. Again, we're taking this beyond Facebook Live, and we want the world to really truly be able to encounter this. And if you want to be able to donate, hit me up in my inbox and I'll give you some instructions on how to donate, or hit me up on my email at andrewdclayborn@gmail.com. That's CLAYBORN, andrewdclayborn@gmail.com, or DM me. I love you, kings and queens. Have an amazing holiday. Love on your family. It don't matter if this the family that's always getting drunk or always getting high or gangbanging still, or whatever the case may be. They need your love. They need your mercy. They need your grace. Peace.